I mean, sometimes these are things you just have to do. It broke my heart putting off peak to binge more slop.
What?
Alright, now look. Now I know that sounds bad. Hey, it's a new Helluva Boss short day, and guess what? I'm awake when it released, so I'm making a video bright and early. Gotta be up for that YouTube grind! YouTube grind! Come on, guys, don't you want your Helluva Boss slop from ForcedPositivity? Yay!
I'm losing my mind.
So, the new short sees Blitz, Millie, and Moxie, although they're not really in it for that long. It sees them trying to kill a farmer. Very cool. We've got some epic representation of Mexico. Very sweet. I'm actually really digging the fact that a lot of these shorts take place in such different environments than we're used to seeing. It's kind of because, like, a consequence of staying in hell so long for a lot of the other episodes, you know, because they're all, like, Stolitz focused. So, even the ones where we do go to Earth, it's, like, kind of generic. Like, even in Apology Tour, we go to a house, and that's, like, most of the episode. If you didn't say it explicitly took place on Earth, you probably wouldn't know that this house is on Earth. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But the environments in a lot of the shorts have a lot more distinction and personality. I mean, the last short, we were in someone's bedroom. The short before that, we were in the Arctic. In this short, we're in, like, the middle of the desert. It's actually really cool. I really like it. An ongoing theme with these shorts also seems to be, like, animals and their capacity for violence. I don't know if this is like a consequence of a bunch of them getting some of that Beelzebub juice or whatever it was called, because they're going crazy like that one fish did. I don't know. Maybe demons and animals, maybe they just have negative interactions with each other. El-Riz, El-Skibbity.
What am I even fucking saying?
This short kind of suffers from being a little too all over the place, but I don't really mind it because it kind of kept moving forward throughout it. And it's a short. These things aren't really that canon, but there are some things that are like, it irks me ever so slightly, so I'm gonna bring it up because I'm the nitpick guy, I'm the rant guy, that's what I do. So allow me to rant just a little bit. I have a concept of an Apology Tour script. You're not gonna see it. So this short is by far, I think out of any episode I've seen thus far, short or otherwise, where there is like the most screaming in it. There's so many times where I had to just like look at my volume and turn it down a little bit because the characters are just screaming a lot in this one, and I wasn't really expecting it. The other thing that's really bizarre is there's a lot of like, there's like a bunch of different elements that are really quickly introduced and then really quickly dropped purely for the point of just one simple punchline. And I think that's fine, but it kind of is like really repetitive when like the 7th time we get new element, punchline, dropped. New element, punchline, dropped. And I think that this short, even though it is a short, is incredibly fast paced. Like the events of this short keep going and going and going. And I think that the whole ending sequence with Blitz like escaping and then declaring himself the I think that sequence probably could have been shortened. This short could have been a nice 5 minutes. And it would have basically gotten across the same story with about as many jokes and as many punchlines. And I will say, one of the most interesting things that I wasn't expecting myself to really say here is, I like how this short used reoccurring characters. I actually like that Agent 1 and 2 are like in this short, because yeah, if an incident happens on Earth, there should be consequences. If Blitz gets caught, there should be consequences. And it's kind of nice that maybe not in the main episodes, but in the shorts, we get these little hints of like what Dorks is supposed to be, this sort of like omnipresent threat on Earth where whenever the imps, whenever the IMP crew or demons or anyone is on Earth, they could be hunted down at any time. They're always in danger, although it's kind of incompetent danger, because as we see here, Dorks are very incompetent. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of laughed at their shenanigans where it's like, who pays with cash? Who is cash? And it's like, you used it the other day. You paid for brunch. You tipped with it.
So, can you take card?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I liked it. There are also some really unique shots that I really liked and wanted to like just make a note of and point out. One of my favorite shots is definitely when Blitz is like launching towards the window. I don't know why, but it just stood out to me, and I really like it. And I like how this short has so many different colors in it. I like the fact that we get like a nighttime and a daytime of like the same sort of environment. That's really cool.
The only sucking I do is on cock, pussies, and cloacas.
Why are the writers so obsessed with making me know that Stolas has a cloaca? I don't care! Stop, please! You've already confirmed it like 4 separate times! It's like Moxie getting pegged by Millie, like they just bring it up constantly, like, can you stop?
Brain damage.
I wish more characters in these shows reacted with disgust and contempt at some of the things that these characters are saying. Because I think it leads to a funnier reaction than when people just kind of like breeze past it. Because, yeah, when you say shit like that, and you're around, like, people, they're gonna look at you. They're gonna start staring. Also, something really interesting to note is that this is, like, the second time Blitz hasn't been able to, like, kill the target directly, and the targets kind of had to, like, kill themselves in a way, with the girl, like, giving herself up to, like, let Blitz kill her, and then the guy using Blitz's gun, and then, like, you know, because of course, it's gonna happen, it's gonna misfire, and then end up killing him. It's kind of funny that, like, the trend that started, and I would argue, like, cherubs is continuing even throughout these shorts. I like that. I think it's funny. I think it's a cool ongoing thing. I think it's silly, but it is a little dumb.
David Gunn!
Almost as dumb as the fact that, like, Blitz could have just escaped, but I guess, like, in his own character, he wants to, like, rub it in dorks' faces. He's that kind of goober. He's that kind of guy. But, again, it just kind of drags the short out a little bit and, like, makes the pacing a bit weirder. And then we have that, like, scene with the goat. Goat's alright. This is probably going to be a lot of people's favorite things. He's alright. All in all, I think that this short kind of reminds me of a lot of the things that I miss about early Helluva Boss. The fact that these shorts are kind of bringing back that sort of typical, like, one-off stories that don't really connect to each other about just, like, doing hits on missions. Like, there's the overarching storyline of, like, Blitz getting better at using his gauntlet thing, which is kind of interesting because it feels like this gauntlet thing was supposed to be like a plot line in like the main series of episodes, but they didn't feel like they had enough time to like keep bringing it back. So they're telling the gauntlet, like, you know, his little Osmodes crystal thing, his capacity at getting better at using it in these shorts, which is kind of clever because it's not really like canon or non-canon, but it's kind of an interesting way of like filling in the gaps of lore and storytelling. So when in a mainline episode Blitz is just using his gauntlet like completely fine, we can assume that the events of some of these shorts are canon, where it's like, hey, Blitz learned how to use this because he just went and did a bunch of like missions that we didn't see on screen. And I'm kind of fine with that. I do kind of wish that it was in like a more mainline episode, because it seems like they were setting up the gauntlet originally for like some big metaphor of like, it's a gift from Stolas and he needs to learn how to treat this gift correctly if he wants to be able to like treat Stolas correctly. But I digress. That's topics for a future FP to rant about. So yeah, all in all, I think that this short was pretty alright. Honestly, I kind of hope we get more shorts like this, because I miss hit episodes, okay? I'll say it. Sue me, arrest me, take me away, officer. If liking the hit episodes of Season 1 is a crime, then I guess I'm guilty. And even when the writing in these hit shorts aren't the best, and even when Moxie and Millie get sidelined in the first, like, 10 seconds of the episode, I don't really care. I just like seeing these characters do hits. It's kind of my favorite part of the series. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope we keep seeing more things like this, because it's a kind of fun and a nice break from fucking Stolitz, because I don't like watching Stolitz. I don't want to watch Stolitz. I would like it if we could please get away from any Stolitz content. If the next short is about Stolitz, I'm gonna freak.